A freak intense thunderstorm with winds of up to 70 miles per hour rips through Adams County this evening.
Yeah, certainly hope everybody out there is safe. Damage is so widespread that Quincy Mayor Kyle Moore declared a state of emergency for the city.
Here's the beginning of the supercell storm that blew into Quincy tonight and wreaked havoc. Look at that clear line of the storm rolling in. We are seeing trees down, power outages, and gas leaks throughout our viewing area.
The power is now back on, but some scary moments on the north side of Quincy yesterday afternoon that left a lot of folks without power. Crews arrived at North 22nd and Spruce at about 5:50 last night. Assistant Fire Chief Tom Bentley tells KHQA leaking oil on the transformer caused the fire to ignite at the substation. Crews had to take extra precautions to maintain their safety.
Strong winds crushed this traffic light at 33rd and Broadway in Quincy. It was still blinking red.
Right now you're looking at a shot taken from 5th and Main in Quincy across from Washington Park. A top-story balcony fell straight down to the sidewalk.
The driver of this Target semi was taken to the hospital with minor injuries after his truck tipped in those straight-line winds near Taylor, Missouri.
This is between Hampshire and Main Street, near between 5th and 6th, where bricks fell from this building into an alley. Those bricks fell in front of a restaurant, as you can see right there, and those winds really just caused that whole wall to collapse. Power lines, trees, gas lines, wires down. We start our team coverage tonight with KHQA's Jack Pluta live outside a home on South 4th and State.
Yeah, Ross, Raja, I've driven around Quincy all night, and by far this is the worst damage that I saw. We're at 513 South 4th Street, and as you can see, an enormous tree has fallen on this house, all but destroying the front end and even the back end. A homeowner says that she was at work, and that's when she got the call, totally distraught when she laid eyes on her house, what used to be her house. She was most worried about the cats that were in her house, and I had a chance to talk with many residents in Quincy today who say that this is something that they've never seen before.
And to see all this is bananas, man. We was all up in the studio listening to music, getting ready to go. And boom, bow, it got dark. Now look at it. It was ridiculous and fast. Trees started coming into on Main Street. Things were falling. The trash can behind us fell.
If you are the homeowner of this house, we do believe just a couple of minutes ago we did see your cats running by, so you might want to come and check that out.
You know, I actually went back to my house too to check on my cats, and I live, near downtown, and my goodness, I couldn't believe how much tree damage there was out there. That storm was so intense, and it picked up so quickly. It actually started moving so fast too. Got up to about 60 miles per hour east, and you could see it right there at the beginning of the loop there of the radar. Just as it went over Quincy, moved very quickly to the east-southeast.
This is Ameren, Illinois' outage map throughout west central Illinois.
I've never seen trees lay completely on the ground. And we lost a 70-foot pine tree here on the side of the house. I saw road construction signs going down the street. And a little bit of everything going with it.
Cleaning is already underway at that business where those powerful winds blew right through the window.
And you're looking at a tree uprooted across the street from Quincy High School. This is one of the more remarkable images we saw tonight. Now, just further down the road, just past the intersection of 30th and Main, this tree partially blocked traffic.
Quincy University did make the formal announcement that school and all programming and activity on campus tomorrow is canceled. Again, all activity on Quincy University campus is canceled for tomorrow.
This damage happened all across Adams County, stretching into Pike County, over to Cass, Morgan, and Scott County.
Good morning, guys. For most people here in Quincy and in Adams County, this is what the area looks like. But once the sunrise, this is what they're going to see.
We are driving through Quincy right now. We just turned onto one of these side streets, and you can see all of the rubble and the damage from the trees that were knocked down due to yesterday's storm.
Last night's storm caused many sidewalks to do this as a result of having a tree attached, and then came down on a car right here outside of one resident's home. Power lines going along the tree up at the top over there. Obviously, Ameren, they are out working. They've been working all night long. As we cross the road quickly, we have even more damage.
Just the side of town that we're on right now, seems like nobody has any power.
Trees everywhere, in the roads, in the park. Yesterday when I was on Main Street, you could see that trees were just covered across the street.
You can see we actually have to already turn around just as we started driving here. It's blocked off by the yellow tape.
This is just one area here in Quincy. We've been driving around all morning down side streets, back roads, residential neighborhoods, and this is what you see. Trees, branches, rubble, all of it.
Really unbelievable what Main Street looks like. Very dangerous.
That we are in a state of emergency right now. This massive tree has just completely crossed over the road here on Lynn Street, and then it knocked over in front of that person's yard over there on top of their tree, and even along these power lines. Now, if you follow the power lines, you can even see up at the top over there, there is debris. That is one of the main issues that we have. So we turn to Craig from Ameren. Can you tell us, why is this such a dangerous job, and how long does the process take?
This is just one example of some of the complications we have when major storms roll through an area like Quincy with a lot of vegetation. What we'll have to do in this situation is we'll bring line crews in. They'll have to make sure the line's de-energized, grounded, so the forestry crews can come in and safely remove it, and then we'll have to repair the poles and wire that were damaged because a tree came down.
Today, everybody is breathing a sigh of relief as the majority of Quincy has regained power. Still debris, but a lot of cleanup has been in progress.
And out on the roads in Quincy, Bonansinga Drive is closed this week from Cooks Lane to Cedar Street while crews burn and remove debris from July's windstorm. Cedar Street also is closed from 3rd Street to Bonansinga Drive. That burning is expected to take 4 to 5 days. Now, 2 other roads will close for asphalt repair this week in Quincy. Both Main Street between 14th and 18th Street, as well as 12th Street between Cherry Lane and St. Charles Drive, also will be closed tomorrow.
Flooding on the Illinois River continues to devastate many tri-state communities with near record-setting flood levels.
Roger, we go from Meridosha right here in Valley City, where the Illinois River is doing much of the same, overflowing its banks. County Highway 21 will be closed for quite a while until the river drops.
It's the highest I've ever seen it, no matter flood month or no. We were down here in '93 when that big flood was, and it wasn't this high then.
Holy moly, the tavern's underwater.
It's long and tiring, but we're getting through it.
Andrea Stolte's Taylor, Missouri home could not be saved from flood damage. So he's tearing it down, burning the ashes, and starting over again.
We're just going to put in a concrete floor with some drains. If the water gets up high, we can just go ahead and power wash it and be back in business in no time.
Stolte is one of many whose lives changed in an instant.
Came home from work and was told to pack what I could and started sandbagging.
Amanda Tournier was able to grab 1 month's worth of clothes for her and her daughter before flooding ruined her home at this North Fabius trailer park. Thankfully, Stolte and Tournier found help thanks to efforts from the local Red Cross and Salvation Army, which brought in multiple agencies to help families recover.
Families and individuals can come here, figure out what their needs are, and learn what resources are available.
Families also received essential items such as food, mosquito spray, and sunscreen while they wait to find a new home. Marion County Emergency Management Director John Hark says local agencies are doing all they can. He hopes to see more assistance from the federal government.
You know, it's kind of like federal government, you're going to have to wake up and realize that we got problems in Missouri. I mean, they talk about droughts in California and forest fires here and there. We got problems in Missouri.
For folks like Tournier, any help is good help.
You see it all the time on TV and you think, oh, that'll never happen to us. You know, we won't have that happen here. And then when it does happen and you just see the community, or the surrounding community come in and help you, it's just amazing.
Over the past 5 days, what's it been like for you?
Hell.
Meridosha residents continue to battle the Illinois River.
We've been throwing bags all day. And well, like the other day, we was in the middle of sandbagging and had a fire call in the middle of the day. Had to run in and burn the building again.
Just throwing sandbags, making sure everything's, taken care of, trying to prevent everything we can, doing everything we can to prevent a problem.
All eyes right now across the nation seem to be on the Mississippi River. Well, it's the Illinois River, too, that is close to breaking records. Here in Meridosha, the record for the river cresting is 28.8 feet. On Tuesday, it is set to crest at 28.2 feet, 6 inches short of that all-time record. Over the past week, the town has placed nearly 40,000 sandbags along the river's banks.
The fire department's done a lot. There's been every day, just about everybody that was down there has been on the fire department.
Wearies also thanks the inmates from the Illinois Department of Corrections for their help.
Between filling bags and helping us lay bags, and they've done a lot.
As for what's next, it's all about playing the waiting game with Mother Nature.
Basically, once the waters recede, they'll start to clean up and just go from there.
Severe weather over the weekend led to this sinkhole here in the Ellington Township on Columbus Road, just west of 72nd Street. Now, as you can see, the road has completely collapsed into the river.
It took about 5 minutes to do all this damage.
Just 5 minutes. That's all the time Wednesday's storm needed to do this.
A semi was coming through and literally just laid it on its side and brought a big pole down behind us where we're standing. All the power lines that come up through all the towns here go through these power lines, so we're completely without power and will be for a while.
The overturned semi closed Highway 96 that runs through Lima. Drivers are asked to use an alternate route to get through town.
Right there, that's where it was.
And this was the scene in one backyard as winds knocked over this shed 20 feet from where it once stood.